Hello, everybody. I'm very excited with this price action that we're seeing right now. Finally, something is happening on the charts. We got this move up last night here, and I posted in the Discord, okay, we've taken out the highs, right? Now we know what's coming next. We're going to take out these lows, and I'll go ahead and get rid of these X's here. You can see this was the low of this range, and these were higher, higher, higher. We took it out almost exactly to the dollar, got a nice swing failure pattern there for a decent bounce. I did expect this to happen, as you can see. If we just go ahead and move this over, it happened later than I would have liked to, but we got this move up. And now I'm just looking for something of a back test of the zone, which it looks like we got close enough, I would consider. And at this point, I think one of two things is going to happen. We're going to get our, a setup that I do like to see where we bounce off the level, come back test 618, flip it to support, have market structure change and continuation to the upside, which would be a nice long setup. Otherwise, we're going to stay the course, which I'm personally more inclined to believe that this is kind of what we'll see from here, is now, ultimately kind of ranging and then making another move down towards this zone that everybody has their eye on right now. And then at that point, we'll either see our bounce and our long setup, or we will see the deviation that we talked about, where we're gonna, go a little bit lower. So for me, I'm hedged. I am short here at this zone, and what I'm gonna do is ladder into longs here to hedge my short 1-to-1, and then I'm going to flip net long on a move down here or some degree of a long setup here. So that's, generally speaking, that's kind of my plan. I really do like how this is playing out. Like I said, if we get the setup here, great. If we don't, I'm going to look lower. I would very much prefer, at the very least, to get down to this zone before laddering into long positions. Sushi was another one. This hit our buy zone that we've been waiting for about a week, actually. I think we talked about it. It was last Wednesday. So price was trading up here. When I put this long setup in the Discord, I said that this was ultimately our buy zone. And we really did get to the bottom of that buy zone, didn't we? We had this weekly in the 786 here, along with this trend line, all of which are currently holding. Now, the unfortunate bit with sushi is that there is some FUD surrounding the tokenomics of it. I've done a little bit of research, but not enough for me to. I don't want to spread some wrong information, but I know that there is some kind of a vote going on with their tokenomics that may, change the course of how sushi as an asset behaves in relation to its purpose. So all of that aside, I'm simply trading the charts, and I'm here to tell you that on this move down, there are a lot of shorts waiting to be liquidated much, much, much higher, especially right around here at 1.36. In the event, and here's, this was ultimately everything that I wanted to see for the sushi long hit. FUD or not, this is what I wanted. I wanted to hit this zone, okay, which we did, right on the money, right on the trend line, down to the weekly plus the 786 bounce. Okay, great. The other thing I did want to see is on the BTC pair. We have here a untapped weekly level and an untapped daily level. We can see that we fell straight through the weekly level. This is actually a setup that I like to see, is when we have a high time frame, for example, like a weekly, and then a lower time frame like a daily, just slightly under. Oftentimes what you see is that we'll fall through the higher time frame level, have a deviation, reclaim, and then look for a continuation. So for me, this is really what I'd like to see if we reclaim this weekly properly. Especially like if we were to, let's say close the daily above that weekly level. I think that would be a really good sign of support, in this zone. A reclaimed daily close above, let's say, for then market structure continuation. And it could take some time, but really that's ultimately what I would like to see. So, that's me. I'm calling for lower on BTC, right, is what I would like to see. But the time that it would take to do that, I would like to see a reclaim of this weekly and some degree of a move up on the BTC pair, which would allow for either a small pump, a small pump on the USDT pair, or it would mean that we ultimately range and hold this zone as support until BTC finds its area of support for a bounce, for then, we can see some degree of continuation to the upside. So again, just for me personally, I do think that this is risky just given the FUD surrounding it. With that said, I simply trade the charts, and for me, I like this zone for a long opportunity. If it goes a little bit lower, I'm still willing to ladder in. Now, I want you all to keep in mind, the only reason I am comfortable doing that is because I am heavily short on BTC from up here. Okay, being heavily short here gives me room to ladder into higher risk longs that don't have to play out right away. Okay, because if it goes down, I still make money or my portfolio stays even. All right. So I'll be active in the Discord today. We do have our live stream tonight. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, trade safe. We still have some data coming out this Friday. I believe that is PPP data. So we can expect some kind of a whiplash that I represented here. Something like Friday morning, we can see some degree of a whiplash like that in price. And then, either some degree of a reversal or we get our deviation that we talked about. So be patient, wait for the levels, manage your risk well in this time of uncertainty, and trade safe.